Casino October 25th. Yeah.
That is great.
It's going to be fun to have
I like her a lot. She's really
a
adorable.
Terrific little girl, you know. I mean, she's still, 19.
She's a teenager.
Right. So then I got home last night, and about 11:15, and so I tuned in the news over on our station to see what's going on. And I saw at 11:15, when usually the station is cleared for the local news, I saw the, what do you call those at the end of the show, Gelman?
Credits.
The credits, yeah. Credits were coming down. And there was a voice saying, and so David Blaine.
Yes.
He was wrapping up the whole thing.
Correct.
But it was so confusing that I couldn't even follow it, you know.
Right.
But David Blaine is here today to explain what happened at the conclusion. Well, why don't you tell us what you saw? You know, Kelly went out there on Monday, was it?
I did. I got to hang upside down with David on Monday.
60 hours he was hanging upside down.
Here's what I love about David Blaine. I feel that his stunts, a lot of them are endurance challenges, certainly.
Sure.
And of course he does these incredible magic tricks that are inexplicable. You don't know how they're performed. They make no sense. It's not possible, but he does it. But I feel like he turns us back to a time of Harry Houdini, when we didn't have so many distractions, when we didn't all have 1,000 television channels and computers and cell phones. He makes people stop what they're doing in the middle of their day and stare up in the sky, or stare into that glass ball of water, or or the block of ice, or whatever it is. And I feel like that's his magic. He takes us all back to a simpler, better place. And that's what I really connect with him for. Last night was, what I saw was, you know, after hanging upside down, and they did this entire special, and then he jumped down from a platform, and it seemed like he was connected.
From a platform, or from
up there. Like they had, like, oh, there I am there, hanging upside down. Yeah. Thank goodness my bosom never fell out of the top.
Funny, it just stayed right in there where it belongs.
Right there. Stayed.
We were all kind of hoping for a little peek.
Right there.
Nothing.
It's like, how
Nothing.
How is that possible? How can that be?
Gravity isn't magic.
I mean, gravity, you would think that gravity would pull something somewhere.
Just for a minute, let's get back to David Blaine. So anyway.
Sorry, I caught a glimpse of myself and I got derailed.
I know, that happens.
You were saying?
I was saying he's hanging there for 60 hours, head down. Right. Right. So now, I didn't see how it ended.
Okay, so he comes up, they rotate him up, and he goes up to the top of one of those, like, platforms that where he's connected, where his pulleys are connected to. He jumps down, and he sort of hangs there. He's connected to something. Yeah.
But he's on the ground.
He's not really on the ground. He's floating right above the ground, and then he floats away.
He floated
away. I was like, where did he go? Where did he go?
He floated away into the night?
Into the night. He floated away. I'm like, okay, now he's floating away.
It sounded like he ran away into the park.
No. He floated away.
He floated away. You saw him float away.
You see him float into the darkness.
Never to be seen again until this show.
Well, they were showing people's faces, in the crowd, and they were like,
he'll tell us what happened.
We're going to get him out here in a minute. We'll find out exactly what happened.
Yes.
There was something in here, men or women rule the roost, you know. Now, they took a poll, and of course, the women make the decisions. More decisions at home than the men. Now, that's the way it is in most homes. But however, sometimes when you have a strong man willing to assert himself, as we have in your home, you know.
I want to recount. Nobody asked me. Nobody asked me.
Well, so what's your story?
Definitely, I would say Mark makes the majority of the decisions.
And when you say, did you ever appeal the decision and say, well, I don't like that?
I have.
Really?
I have. Yes, I have.
And did you get anywhere?
No.
Well, joy dominates all our decisions.
Yes. It's something I found out. You know, I was shocked to learn that my friends really do make the majority of the decisions in the household.
Okay, buddy. Thank you very much. You look great. Keep working out. Well, now, shall we bring him out? He has been hanging by his ankles, you know, since Monday when you joined him for a little bit. Last night was the thrilling climax to the whole thing. Little confusion reigned last night. But here he is, ladies and gentlemen, David Blaine. So, David, first of all, you look a little thinner. I think you lost some weight on this stunt, right?
Yeah, I think I grew a couple of inches.
Yeah, absolutely. It really expands the vertebrae. So, but you didn't have anything to eat, or did you?
Well, I just broke my 12-day fast in your green room, and I know you joke about the food, but it was amazing to me.
That's right. You had nothing to eat before this event, so that
So you keep the breaks minimal.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
So anyway, a lot of people were watching last night because it was a terrific stunt. You don't see that stuff on television much anymore. It's still very exciting. A throwback to the Harry Houdini days.
But I was surprised to learn that you weren't happy with the stunt. You said it went wrong.
Well, you know, my show was delayed 15 minutes, and ironically, the winds picked up. But I had dreamed up the most amazing ending for a stunt ever. What was actually meant to happen was I was meant to dive down to the platform beneath, and at about dropping 10 feet, I was supposed to sweep away into the night sky. I was attached to a bunch of balloons, and I was supposed to ride into the night holding onto a big rig of balloons.
That's terrific ending.
But because of the winds, I couldn't do it. So ABC, they kept pushing my time on the show, giving me extra minutes, even though the clock was over. And they said, don't do it. Don't go. You can't go.
Too dangerous.
Yeah, and I wasn't going to let everybody down, so I just jumped. And somehow the guys with the balloons, they made it work, and they pulled me slowly up, and I went over into the park, and they pulled me down.
So when the last time we saw you, you were going up and out of sight. So you wound up over the park, and then they took you down.
Yeah, but what I wanted was just a sweep and then ascend into the heavens.
David, it has to end somehow, so it ended that way.
I mean, at home, as a viewer, I was still puzzled. I was like, how did he do that? Where did he go?
I know that it didn't work right when all my friends called me up and said, wait, what happened? I'm confused.
Well, so do you have an idea for your next stunt?
I know that I'm going to work my hardest, and I'm going to make it the most incredible thing that I can.
Well, you keep coming up with these great ideas, being buried in the ground, you know, with the glass over you so everybody can see you're still there day and night.
How do you feel, though, today? Because I have to say that I hung upside down with you for just a couple of minutes, a minute or two.
Hasn't been the same
and my legs were tingly. Like, I really felt some tingles, and that had to be very hard on your body.
I think
what happened,
what happened was, it did in the beginning, but what happened was I started to really get adjusted to it, so it became much easier to do. I think a confusion that people had was that they didn't understand, well, why is he taking breaks? But the truth of the matter is there's no way to relieve yourself and not put everybody beneath you at risk, basically.
And we are most appreciative.
Yeah, David. Everybody here says thank you.
And so you know, I had to keep hydrated since I was fasting, because if I was eating, then I'd have to take real breaks.
But 60 hours, your head didn't get a little loaded with blood or anything? And
in the beginning,
at
the end of the